On Christmas Day, 2025, the movie Marty Supreme will come out in theaters. It stars Timothy Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow. It's directed by Josh Safdie. Hi, this is Ty Hoff, speaking for table tennis players everywhere. We're quite thrilled that there's a $70 million Hollywood movie based on table tennis and the life of a table tennis player. I have not seen the movie yet, so I don't know all the storylines, but the main character, Marty Mosser, is loosely based on the life of Marty Reisman, a real-life table tennis player from the 1940s and 1950s. Marty was a friend of mine, a fellow competitor, and a fellow table tennis promoter. I don't know what all the storylines in the movie is going to cover, but I can tell you one of the main things of Marty's life was that in 1952 he thought, and many experts thought, he was the favorite to win the World Championships in Bombay, India. But a very strange and unexpected thing happened. There was a Japanese player named Hiroshi Sato, came out of nowhere, and he had a sponge layer on his racket. No one's seen this before, and it totally tricked all the players. He beat all the players. He won the tournament, and Marty was one of the victims, and Marty lost to him. And Marty really had this grudge for the whole rest of his life about that he was robbed of being the world champion. So today I got a little documentary here. We're going to dive into the real life of Marty Reisman. Hope you'll enjoy it. Here is Marty's dream.
This is the story of Marty Reisman. Marty Reisman was born on February 1st, 1930 in New York City. His father was a compulsive gambler and was bad at it. His father had 17 taxis at one point, but lost all of them gambling.
Dad, what just happened?
Don't worry, son. I will get them next time.
But you said that last time.
I know, Marty. Sometimes my luck is just not with me.
Marty was a smart boy who was interested in microscopes and biology. His mother loved him, but Marty had a fear of death at a young age.
Mom, life seems so fragile.
Yes, it does not take much for a life to disappear.
But it seems that we should be able to live forever.
Well, sometimes the good Lord has other plans.
But that does not sound fair.
Marty, life is not fair sometimes.
Well, it should be fair. I want to live to be very old. It is very scary.
Marty, at age of 9 years old, did spend 1 month in Bellevue Hospital as he was having hallucinations and anxiety about dying.
I want to go home now.
But Marty, you keep having bad dreams and screaming each night.
I promise to stop screaming.
After you stop screaming, then we will know that you are better.
It will happen. You will see. I will be a very important person when I grow up.
His parents divorced when he was 10. At 11, he played table tennis for the first time. At 13, Marty was already the local parks champion when he found a real table tennis club called Lawrence's Broadway Table Tennis Club.
So this is where the good players play?
Yeah, kid. Are you any good?
I am the Seward Parks champion.
Well, let's go in and give things a try. You just stay quiet and I will get some money for you.
Wow, that sounds great.
Okay, let's go. You are going to be my nephew Jackson, visiting from New Jersey. Just pretend that you have not played much before.
Whatever you say.
The bookie won $125 that day and gave $5 to Marty. Life was never the same after that. Marty learned quickly how to hustle money in table tennis. Legs Diamond of Mafia fame owned the club. Friday night tournaments drew about 50 to 80 players. Marty quickly moved up the ranks until he was the second best player behind 10-time U.S. champion Dick Miles. Marty then started playing tournaments all over the country and moved up in the rankings. At 14 years old, Marty moved in with his father at the Broadway Central Hotel. Marty would only bet on himself, which he did for the rest of his life. After school, Marty would arrive at 3:30 p.m. and stay until 1 a.m. He would hustle some money, and then most of the money he would give to Dick Miles in the form of lessons. Dick Miles would play Marty for somewhere between $5 to $40 a match. In the 1940s, the game was a series of hits and chops and drop shots. It was a very elegant and beautiful sounding game. The rackets had a rubber pips out covering with no sponge. Marty was generally an attacking player, but he developed a very good defensive game also. Marty used his gambling winnings to attend tournaments all over the United States and Canada. At 15, he met Doug Cartlin and toured with Doug all over the United States for many years, doing exhibitions and hustling for money.
Marty, wake up! You can't sleep in school.
What? What is happening?
You fell asleep again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a little tired.
Why are you falling asleep all the time?
I was out a little late last night.
Doing what?
I was at the table tennis club.
But that is not going to help you in the future.
I am already making $50 a night at the club.
Hard to say how long that can last.
Well, it is my future.
Marty dropped out of high school. At 16, he barely missed being on the U.S. team to the World Championships in Paris. At 17, he won his first international championship in Canada. Marty played in the Worlds in London in 1948 and lost in the last 16 players to the great champion Richard Bergman, who went on to win the tournament. Marty was convinced he would be world champion one day. He learned from the world's best players and got even better. The only American to win the world singles title was a woman player named Ruth Aarons. In 1949, at the Stockholm World Championships, at the age of 19, Marty made the semifinals and was only the second American man to be in the semifinals. But Marty lost to Vanna from Czechoslovakia because of Marty's overconfidence. 2 weeks after this loss, Marty won the 1949 British Open. Marty beat Victor Barna in the finals. The British Open was considered the second most important tournament after the World Championships at that time. Marty improved dramatically in the next 3 years as he had toured the world with Doug Cartlin, playing tournaments and exhibitions. Marty would often smuggle items from one country to another to make extra money, and even smuggled gold at one point.
Marty, you look like a rather sophisticated person.
Yes, I tend to think myself as such.
Would you be interested in earning a little extra money on the side?
Sure.
Well, all you have to do is bring some gold from China to Hong Kong.
That's it?
Yes.
Do you think it is safe?
Yes. A classy person like you, traveling on military transport planes, will never be searched.
Yes, they never seem to pay attention to me, and I just breeze through customs.
Okay, great. I will meet you tomorrow and give you a special vest that we will load with gold.
Sounds good. See you tomorrow.
Marty always lived large and sometimes ran afoul of table tennis officials. He was suspended for 1 year for upgrading his complimentary hotel without permission at the 1949 World Championships. Marty missed the 1950 World Championships because of the suspension.
I am not staying in this dump anymore.
But we're staying here for free.
I agree with Marty. It is terrible here.
Top stars like us have to be treated better. They are making a lot of money from our tours. We can't just go and change hotels. Sure we can. They need us.
Okay, let's do it.
In 1950, Marty was 20 years old and fell in love with a 19-year-old Brazilian woman named Vanna while playing in and winning a tournament in Rio. But a week later, he wised up, realizing that he could not slow down. He then flew to another tournament and won. In 1950, he started touring with the Harlem Globetrotters and did so for the next 3 years. Despite the American team being one of the best in the world, Americans looked down on table tennis, but foreigners did not look down on the sport. In 1951 at the Vienna World Championships, Marty lost in the round of 16. The 1952 World Championships were held in Bombay, India. The United States did not send a team, but Marty and Doug were in Germany at the time and were allowed to play. Marty felt, and many experts felt, that he was the favorite to win the Worlds. But there was an unknown Japanese player named Sato who had a strange sponge racket that made no noise and confused all the players. Marty lost to him in the round of 32, and Sato went on to win the tournament easily. The game was changed forever. Marty and Doug did not have enough money for the return flight, so they were stranded in Bombay, but they scraped enough money to fly to Delhi. They take exhibitions in Rangoon, in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Hong Kong. Then while they went to the Philippines, and then to Taiwan, and then to Tokyo, and that's where he played Sato and beat him in 3 dramatic games. In 1956, Marty was smuggling gold in Asia on military transport planes. In 1957, Marty met Jerry at the Riverside table tennis courts, and they got married in August 1958. In August 1958, Marty took a full-time job as a shoe salesman, but only lasted 4 weeks at $50 a week. He was late for work each day. In September 1958, he bought the Riverside Table Tennis Club. Marty wins the 1958 U.S. Nationals at Atlantic City. He also won the 1960 Nationals in Washington, D.C. He ran the Riverside Club 7 days a week from 3 p.m. to 5 a.m. every single day. In 1960, his daughter Deborah was born. In 1961, Marty had a nervous breakdown. At the 1962 Nationals in a match against Cy Wasserman, he got over his anxiety forever. He kept running the club at Riverside, but got divorced in the mid-1960s. Marty continued to run the Riverside Table Tennis Club in the 1960s and 1970s. Marty mainly stayed in New York City in the 1980s and early 90s. It was not really traveling to tournaments. In the late 1970s and early 80s, there were some hard-bat events at the U.S. Nationals and U.S. Opens. They were generally won by top players and even some men's national champions like Scott Bogan. Then, except for a couple of national tournaments in the 1990s, there are not any hard-bat events until 1997 U.S. Nationals. That is when Marty played in and won the National Hard Bat Championships at the age of 67. Marty was out to prove that he was still the best hard bat player 45 years after he lost to Sato in the 1952 Worlds. This marked the permanent resurgence of hard bat table tennis. Hard bat then spread internationally. So Marty was the real reason for this resurgence of hard bat table tennis. Ty Hoff won the next U.S. National Championships in 1998, and then 3 more national and international hard bat titles over the next couple of years. Marty then started issuing challenges to Ty Hoff, just like he issued challenges to Sato in 1952. Marty also started taking $5,000 money match challenges. He played Jimmy Butler 2 times and lost both times. Marty was still out to challenge the best players even in his 70s. Marty played sporadically in these hard bat tournaments after this. In 2009, a production company put on the $100,000 Bud Light Hard Bat Classic that aired on ESPN. Marty was the person who inspired this tournament. In 2011, Marty started playing sandpaper table tennis, which is even more demanding because there was even less spin than hard bat. Marty inspired a production company to put on the World Championships of a ping pong which was played in Las Vegas, but Marty did not play. This aired on a major sports channel. So Marty was the inspiration for sandpaper table tennis events that started happening internationally. The tournament moved to London and was put on by Sky Sports until the global pandemic. Marty was also doing a sandpaper table tennis promotion. Marty was in his 80s at this point, still inspiring and shaping the table tennis world. Marty Reisman died on December 7, 2012 in New York City. He was 82 years old. He will always be remembered in the table tennis world for his flamboyance and bravado. Rest in peace, Marty.